Hello and welcome to not day 2 of Racing Truck Mastery. There are still 14 hours for me to use this double XP event, and so I want to unlock Rock Bouncer. I'm probably going to have to use the rest of my coins. While I plan to only get the first mastery, which I think is hard tires, I do have to max out the rest of the vehicle, and I have 5.3 mil. Okay, I guess I got a task. That's a really expensive way to do the 3 upgrades, but I started with 5.3 mil. I'm curious how much this is going to bring me down. I think Racing Truck brought me down 3 mil just from the upgrades. This was basically 2 mil, okay. Also 100,000 XP on this one, but hard tires, increased air pressure in tires. This is really the only one that I care about. Overdrive, cam, extra part, of course, are nice, but for now, I just want to get this fixed. I'm going to use the same strategy to get XP here that I used for Racing Truck, and I'm just going to play a bunch of cups, and hopefully this is fast enough. I'm almost halfway done now, but I meant to mention earlier that my goal is to get to Canyoneer 35 today, so however many maps it takes, which hopefully it's only 1 or 2 with the amount of stars that I have, but I'll be ranking up. Right, so this should be the last race that I have to do before getting hard tires. Also, before you ever get the mastery, if you just play Rock Bouncer, hard tires sometimes activate on their own. I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but there is a transition between soft and hard tires, and you can feel the difference. Like, it's actually insane how much better it becomes. I may or may not have ran out of fuel in my previous race. Anyway, 100 out of 100,000, and I can spend another million on this. Let's go. I feel like Bog is going to be one of the easier maps to 10k on with the thing. My record's only 3k right now. I was also looking at Overspill, but I think I'm going to come back to this one because I probably know Bog better than Overspill. I almost wasn't going to look up what the setup is for Bog because I assumed it would just be this. However, I'm seeing jump shocks instead of coin boost, which kind of surprises me. I do think wheelie boost will be a lot stronger now, so I'm going to upgrade it twice, and I guess if jump shocks is what I'm supposed to be using, I'll upgrade it a couple times. I think wings would do well from some upgrades, and this is probably good enough. All right, I permanently have hard tires, and I have a really strong wheelie boost now. I'm excited for this. I'll be approaching my record shortly, and I feel like there are 2 ways that Rock Bouncer feels kind of similar to Racing Truck. The first being that it's sort of a heavier vehicle. I was saying that Racing Truck feels a lot heavier. Okay, also if my record is a mud pit that I didn't know about when I last played this, I want to be careful. I know I said that I know this map better, but I guess it's that I kind of have a feel for how the... Okay, it's just some random spot that I died in. But I kind of have a general feel for the map. I don't know the locations of the mud pits. Also, this isn't the biggest fuel tank, so I don't want to skip this. Should be fine to... Okay, hold on. Purposeful run restart, of course. But I think Rock Bouncer and Racing Truck both break objects more easily. I do think Racing Truck can kind of do it on first try and very easily, and Rock Bouncer is sort of second try, but still better than like some other average random vehicles. And the other thing is that Kanga does not seem to be as popular with these two. I think with Rock Bouncer, I don't know about this, but I think it's because the suspension is quite tall or it has like a lot of leeway, I guess. And I don't know for Racing Truck if it's because it just, the way the vehicle is made, it's not, Kanga is not as good, or if it's because Racing Truck is just better with wheelie. Either way, 2 vehicles that are quite fun to use with wheelie and wings, so maybe that's something that I like in a vehicle. When people ask what parts I like, that might be an aspect that I like about this game. Something I feel like I'm noticing is that Rock Bouncer's fuel tank isn't so big, but I don't know if Racing Trucks was either. I might just be spoiled from playing off-roader and, I don't know, glider and all these other vehicles. I was going to say these vehicles that can no fuel very easily, but that's not the case with off-roader. But, you know, mythics make you think that every vehicle has infinite fuel, which isn't the case, so. I do feel like there's a lot to learn with how to use jump shocks on Rock Bouncer because the vehicle acts quite differently when you activate it at certain times, and you can kind of do the soft jump shocks on certain vehicles when you're landing on hills. I wonder how useful that is on Rock Bouncer because it has cam, of course, and I think the 3rd mastery maybe after overdrive is an improvement in cam. I wasn't looking so carefully though, but like, would it be better to use it like this? I guess I timed that decently actually, or just like land on the back wheel and let cam go, because then you also have the benefit of activating the wheelie. So I don't really know. I was mentioning the fuel earlier. I'm at 6,300, close to low fuel, but I wasn't quite low fuel there. And it hasn't really been an issue. The mud pits haven't been too bad either. There are a few spots that I have to pay attention to, of course. I don't want to take anything for granted. I know how that has gone in the past. I feel like every video, when I'm at 8,000 meters or something like that, I'm like, yeah, you know, I got to pay attention and make sure I don't die. And then there are a handful of times where I don't die, and then I forget that it is possible to die, even though the map has become easier in a lot of cases later on. And then I get a very unpleasant reminder of dying at like 9,000 meters, and I need to redo the whole run. So I guess I'm in a period where I'm more aware of that. But maybe it's just that, like, I'm bad, and I have to still improve so that I don't make dumb mistakes at the end of the map as frequently. We're also coming up on the 7,300 fuel. I think this is something that I pointed out with Racing Truck. I'm actually not low fuel, or I barely was. But just like Racing Truck, the objects break pretty easily. I wasn't even low fuel, but there's a mud pit. Okay, I actually remembered this mud pit here, and I do wonder if I should have driven over this differently, but I should get over it. I don't think there's a second one. So yeah, that's one of the last mud pits to worry about. 7,400 meters. All right. I'm just about at the 10K mark, and I was thinking more about the setup that I'm currently using, and how I was talking about Kanga not being so popular. On a lot of the Discord servers, there will be kind of an easier setup recommendation, and then there will be one that the world record uses, where it might be kind of harder to get to the 10K, but if... Oh, classic. Wait. Okay. I think I can get out of this. Reversing is a bit weird on this. But yeah, so I was thinking about how the Discord server setup for this did not recommend Kanga. So I wonder if the world record uses this setup on Rock Bouncer. It's possible. I don't know this for sure. I'm kind of guessing based on things that I've heard a long time ago. Of the vehicles that can have Kanga, this Rock Bouncer might be the worst of all of them. I definitely don't know that for sure, and I haven't heard anyone say that before. You know, I said I'm guessing. But anyway, I'm going to see how far I can get on this. I'll get mastery points, XP, whatever it's called, which is good. Not expecting anything too crazy, but of course, I'm not just going to quit out of the game. Okay, this guy doesn't know when to stop talking. I was going to start talking again at 15,000 meters. However, I'm low fuel and passing my buggy record, so I don't know if I'm going to make it to 15K. Oh, I really hope I do, but I don't think so. Oh my god! Okay, I got that fuel, wasn't expecting it. What I was going to say is that I'm very pleasantly surprised to have made it this far. I think that was it. Yeah, okay, I'm going to keep driving. Oh no, something else that I wanted to say. I think there's only been one mud pit since you guys last saw the other mud pit. So, I don't know. I don't know why I thought there would be more mud pits, but I guess they're not too frequent. Okay, as I say that, it's been like 50 more meters and I just passed a mud pit. This is a close call again, but I'm kind of landing directly on the fuel. I would say that was much less of a close call than the other one, because I had to go uphill. Like, when you're going downhill, I feel like it's so much easier, obviously. I mean, this is really an obvious thing, but... All right, I'll just stop talking again. Anytime I get slightly far, also ATV death, but minus 4,000 meters, those who know. Anytime I get slightly far in a map, I have in the back of my mind, like, oh, I could get a world record, and then I go check the leaderboard, or not even world record, but like, oh, I could place top 100, you know, and have something that's kind of significant or good enough. I have to remember that some people are incredibly good at this game, and the difference in skill and map knowledge between me and them is very high. And also, it's probably really hard to get a world record without having maxed out parts and having the full mastery. Like, this is a mastery that's been out for a long time. Okay, speaking of world record, let's get this fuel. I don't know why I kind of slowed down here. It's because I don't know the map, and I didn't want to skip something, and I figured I'd go slow and then maybe be careful because the fuel was going to be right here. But I needed to go full speed to get up this hill. I'm just going to respawn so I can see where the next fuel was. Okay, I feel like this was not the easiest next fuel to get. I am quite happy with this, and of course the goal was to get a 10K. So I succeeded, and I'm getting points, whatever the mastery things are called. Let's just check the leaderboards, because why not? Okay, it's not my all-time record. Unfortunately, I'm still glider carried. What vehicle did I just play? I literally don't know. Am I dumb? Rock Bouncer. Okay, here we go. No! I didn't play... Okay, wow. This is actually quite a competitive thing. 18,500. Anyway, let's check on the stars. Okay, 7,000 more to go, a little bit less. Maybe I can do this in one more run, but definitely should be able to do it in 2. So, if I want to do this in only one more map, I was going to go for Overspill, and it's low-key possible because I'm at 3K, so I'd have to get the 10K, though, which, you know, with my skills, is that going to happen? But I'm saved because on Arena, I have not done Rock Bouncer. I was thinking the setup would be the same, but the stuff that I saw is using Kanga, so I guess I'm going to experience this. Holy level 2. I'll put it to 4, I mean, should I do it again? I feel like I'm just spending all my money today, I guess. Although the 10K would be nice, of course, all that I care about, like I mentioned earlier, is getting to the next Canyoneer level. And I said in my last video, or maybe 2 videos ago, I don't really know, that I want to get a lot of stars, and a while ago, like a bunch of videos ago, I said that before GTA 6 comes out, that I want to get top 10,000, or I don't know if I said 3 mil stars, or I think I said I want to get top 10,000, which is like 3.4 mil stars or something the last time I checked, but new vehicles, new maps are making it probably harder to be top 10K. The pre-order already came out, I think, or maybe today, or I don't know, whatever. But the game, I think, you can only play starting in November 19th, something like that. So I have until then. Oh, but what was I talking about? My goal of stars. I don't know. Why did I start talking about this if I didn't have a goal in mind? Anyway, I'll skip till later in the map when I'm closer to 7K. There are a lot of places where I feel like I could get a good wheelie off, but I get maybe the thought process for... Don't tell me on a... Okay. My thought process for... or guess, I guess, as to why the setup is recommended Kanga. Okay, something else that I should mention about the setups is that the Discord servers I'm using, I think, are outdated. So it's definitely possible, especially with Mastery and whatever other... I mean, there's nothing else. I guess Mythic parts, but I don't have any for... Do I have any for Rock Bouncer? The point is that the Discord servers might be out of date, so it's possible that Kanga is not the most recommended setup. What was I saying before about Kanga? Oh yeah, my guess as to why it's using this setup is because there aren't a lot of straightaways where you can wheelie off of, and if there are these weird up and down spots, having jump shocks is useful, and maybe you run out of fuel at some point, so no fuel... there's no way I'm gonna no fuel, or of course I'll try, but there's no way I'm gonna be successful with Rock Bouncer of all vehicles. Wait, also I have to remember, I was kind of thinking like Arena is an easier, like it's easier of the harder maps. It's one of the easier hard maps. But I don't even know if this map is considered difficult. It's just one of the ones that you unlock later. But what I was thinking of is I played ATV here recently, or I'm pretty sure I don't know if I played ATV, and it flops around. It's hard to control. So if I got to, I don't know, 6,000 meters or further with ATV, I think I should be able to with Rock Bouncer. I just haven't paid so much attention to how big the fuel tank is. But I got pretty far on Bog. So I don't think the fuel tank is like bad. But if you asked me how many seconds, I guess... I'm saying nothing, bro. I'm just going to stop talking. Okay, first of all, this water makes you really slow. But second of all, I can't skip fuels with this vehicle. Well, or I was going to say I should probably go back to go on the first thing in order to get this... Oh, there's another one? Wait, what? I didn't know that. Where is it, though? Is it up there? I'm not getting that if it's... Why do they put it up there? I feel like it makes sense to be... Oh, because you have to go up there anyway. Okay. There's literally... Like, I'm more likely to make $1 billion from this YouTube video than the chances that I no-fuel this. Yo, like, are you sure? Are you sure that's supposed to happen? Okay, just don't mess up this one. Bang. And I have the fuel. Of course, I have another 3,000 meters, or a little less, to drive. But, okay. Oh, I'm slightly concerned about this. Oh, that's great. Okay, good. Oh, I just sold. I knew that I needed to slow down here. Okay, can you stop doing some, like, moonwalk Michael Jackson stuff when I need to get the fuel? So I messed it up once. I have no idea where this is. Wait, no, I remember this? No, I don't. Okay, I had literally no idea where I was landing. I thought it was a completely different spot, but even though this Rock Bouncer is trying to aura farm when I need to collect the fuel, it didn't matter. But this might be, like, more of a tough 7,000 than I was kind of thinking. Let me not skip this either. Yo, wait, can I not be behind this? I think I can't be behind this. Or no, am I just cooked? I'm just cooked. Dude, I did this with ATV as well. Let me do a check on the stars. I know I don't have enough yet, but... Oh, I'm closer than I thought. All right, I don't feel like playing more. I'm just gonna do this for 2 seconds. I already have 200 meters on this? Oh my god. 2,000 stars, I have more than enough. Okay, I'm in a hole. There's no way I get out of this, right? Oh wait, maybe you can get out of this. All right, ended at 1,700, but 4,000 stars. So Canyoneer 35. Probably nothing from the chest. Are any of these things good? I have no idea. Maybe fuel boost on Super Diesel. I am now 300K away from 3 mil. Let's get a little update. Not this. 3,400,000. Okay, 3,500,000, basically, probably by the time I'm up there. Well, thanks for watching. I'm glad I got hard tires and I got the next level. I thought I was less than 300k away, but anyway, maybe I'll play some more Racing Truck because I got the mastery. Regardless, thanks so much for watching. Bye.